we're back to the stage this time for a bit of a different approach to content.
We're trying to lighten the mood. And I actually in the summer took 2 little baby red hens over to Home for Hooves. I've taken others over, but they came over, they were left in a park, they were left in a dog park in Richmond. Through other people, they came to me for a few weeks. They were tiny. They wouldn't have made it a day. And Home for Hooves gratefully welcomed them into their hearts, and they're thriving as far as I know. That's what they told me. So it is a great place. So yes, and thank you for acknowledging the land on which we speak. My apologies. I didn't do that. But now I'm embarrassed. But it's been covered, so we're good. I'm again speaking on behalf of Animal Defense Anti-Vivisection Society, started by the veterinarian surgeon in 1927. If the Society's founder were alive today, he would find some encouraging progress in reducing the use of animals in research in Canada, yet also noting much more work needs to be done in Canada to eliminate animal exploitation and use in science and other areas of our lives. Researchers such as Dr. Theroux of the Canadian Centre for Alternatives to Animal Methods and the Canadian Centre for the Validation of Alternative Methods at the University of Windsor aim to develop, validate, and promote non-animal, human biology-based platforms in biomedical research, education, and chemical safety testing. There are newer approaches including human organs grown in a lab, living tissues that are also grown, organs on a chip, 3D organ and tissue printing, as well as in the area of toxicology, the Human Toxome Project. Dr. Akhtar points out the benefits of these kinds of testing methods for preclinical research over animal models is that they are based on human biology. Their use removes the guesswork needed when trying to extrapolate the physiological findings from animal species to humans. Funding is gradually coming to non-animal researchers, although for now it is from private sources rather than government. As Canadians, we need to pressure the government to change its funding model and recognize the value and benefit of non-animal testing and to fund it over the current status quo. We are proud to announce that a UBC researcher and Progressive Non-Animal Research Society, which is affiliated with ADAB. The advisor, Dr. Zeng Tan, she's an MD, she's a PhD, she's not even 30, and she just won the 2024 Lush Prize Award in the Young Researcher category for her work in using non-animal models in her research. She's setting an excellent example for other young researchers to follow. Canada also had Liz White of Animal Alliance Party of Canada win the Andrew Tyler Award for outstanding contributions toward ending animal testing, and the former Minister of Health, Jean-Yves Duclos, who won the political category for Canada's ban on animal testing of cosmetics. Although that's still in the works, but we're getting there. Finally. And I think my pages are out of order. I didn't check them before I left. That was not a good idea. Okay, well, we'll just jump into halfway through this paragraph. Lush Prizes celebrate people from around the world who are leading the way in scientific, campaign, and political work to end animal testing and replace it with humane and biologically relevant 21st century research. Groups like BC Foundation for Non-Animal Research gives grants to researchers employing alternatives to animal research in their work. Groups like this give hope to this growing movement, even if government at this time are not providing funding incentives. Almost 20 years ago, our main campaign with ADAB was Stop UBC Animal Research. We now have 4 or 5 campaigns under our umbrella, but at that time our goal was to eliminate the use of animals in research at UBC. After countless demonstrations with our supporters, we had meetings, presentations, we brought in expert guest speakers from the United States and Europe to talk to people at UBC, and public pressure, In 2009, UBC finally began publishing numbers for their animal use and the level of invasiveness of their experiments. Shocking as the numbers were, allowing the public to know what they are doing has helped us to pressure them to reduce the number of animals used. Prior to our involvement and pressure, UBC was using over 227,000 animals a year. In that way, ADAB is making a difference for animals, because now they're down to 157,000. But we're getting there. Another couple of centuries and we'll have it fixed. We have asked for, without results, the number of animals used in research at SFU on an annual basis. SFU does not want to share their information with us or the tax-paying public, and sought the support of an adjudication in Victoria to hide behind. SFU has only released 1 year of numbers, low ones because of COVID and the reduced work being done, so we are still battling to get the latest 2022 and 2023 numbers. We won't let this go. The public deserves to know what's going on behind their closed doors and where your money's going. Our Ditch Dissection campaign provides links to resources for students wishing to study science using sophisticated and more sustainable alternatives to animal use. This sort of resource will encourage students to call for more advanced research methods in their institutions, as it exposes them to what can be, rather than relying on the old ways. They are our future, and we're giving them the tools to make that change. And I think I'm probably finished. Oh, I can tell you that. Yeah, I'll talk to my computer when I get home. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. Some great new research and development is happening, and even the big pharmaceutical companies are agreeing that there's futility in testing on animals. The US has dropped their mandate on new drugs to be tested on animals, and the EU has directed that animal testing must be phased out by 2035. In the US, it is against the law to sell cosmetics tested on animals in 10 different states. I'm not going to get political, I almost did. As to who would support that. In the UK, crustaceans have been recognized as sentient beings in an amendment to the Animal Welfare Sentience Beings Bill. In BC, the courts are recognizing the value of pets in matrimonial cases, and they will no longer be treated as property. It's baby steps, guys, and we all need to work at it in whatever capacity, whether it's in a rescue like Home for Hooves, or if you're into animals in labs and spraying them, saving beagles. There's so many areas that need help. Abused, there's someone that's opened up in Squamish where they're taking animals in so that people can flee abusive relationships. Animals need help, everywhere, and in every country. So anything you can do. And if you want to help the bunnies at YBR, let me know. We did fight them, I guess it was last year, and it was just a tiny, tiny smear campaign, but that stopped it. It doesn't take much to get Tamara to stop doing things she knows she shouldn't do. And right now they've brought in a kill company from Quebec. And it's not right. Granville Island actually did put up money, because I was down there. We did a one-day demonstration, great signs, and embarrassed them because it was stalled. They weren't getting anywhere with Rabitats was going after them. And then bingo, they paid for the space, the neuters. They gave us free parking down there, which was really handy. They didn't know if you were after a rabbit or shopping. And they're supporting them in sanctuary. YBR's got land, they've got money, and they could use it as a tourist draw. I've had hotel workers tell me, the ones that they used to see, they know they're dead. Employees are telling us that they're going to return them. Obviously, they don't want raptors around chasing rabbits while you've got airplanes flying, but do something better than killing them. So that's it. Thank you.